Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku Had Bane's Powers. So, so I have seen people made a What If Villain Deku Becomes Bane part, or like basically all that stuff, but I just wanted to make my own, so. I am gonna do it in a little bit of a mix between how Joker, Joker, or he came a Joker, basically like Red Hood becomes Joker type. So yeah. So, kind of route. So let's begin. Zugu and Zumi, I'm adding Zumi into this what if, so see, because most of this stuff is like canon of My Hero Academia, I also added the Justice League, including Young Justice League, like Superboy, Nighthawk, and yeah, stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the what if. So, in this alternate timeline, and I'm also added, I kind of changed Bane's character from being a villain to being a hero. Like, he joined the Justice League instead of like he like basically becoming a villain. So yeah, in this alternate timeline. So I know there's many other alternate timeline versions where Bane is use his formula to like basically to do stuff like that. But yeah, so let's jump right into the what if. So Zugu and Jimmy were born, and the so at age of 4, or no, at age of 3, he does meet Batman, Superman, the Justice League at the like basically the parade, and he gets their autograph, like basically the signatures, because he from one of them. So yeah, so that's their first encounter that actually is peaceful one. So, and at age of 4, so basically the quirk doctor, so Zugu and Zumi went to the quirk doctor, and so the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk and she can become a hero and all that stuff. But you, Zugu, you do not have a quirk, and you could and just all that stuff. So after they left, so they straight up abandoned him, like basically on the streets. So he So the villains see this as the opportunity. Could kidnap Zuko for Fat Cat. It's a villain that is his powers or like his quirk is similar to his name, and you know, and yeah, so that cat then made a deal with Zuko that Zuko, or actually tricked Zuko of, like, he goes in, or he goes, walks with the villain, and no, I'm saying, and no, basically he didn't ask him to join the League of Villains. So Zuko came with Fat Cat, basically, and so yeah, so Zuko walks with him into a abandoned, like, basically laboratory, or abandoned factory, one of those two. And they made venom. They copied Bane's venom and made it perfect. But it was too dangerous for a quirk user to actually. So when his family abandoned him, he was the perfect test subject because they know from their sources that Zuko's quirkless. So then Zuko, there's, what's this green stuff? It's called venom. It basically boosts a person's strength. You know Bane. Yeah. As Bane is actually my favorite hero, as Zuko says. Yeah. His venom, or he has venom inside of his body. Soon you'll be he too. As Zuko turns around, wait, what? As he gets pushed as he's fallen right into the venom, as he falls into it, as as all the venom substance went into his body, making him transform. His body was, because he was at age of 4 when they abandoned him. He looks he looks taller than an average person. As Zuko comes out of nowhere, his body was bigger than, as his mind was too messed up. He looks like one of those guys, but with 20 times more size. Like putting 5 of them, or no, actually, yeah, 5 of them stacked on top of each other. That's how tall he is. as his body, as he comes out of the chemical thing, as he's about, or as he raises his fist, as he's about to, as he swung his fist around in a slight motion, as the entire factory was destroyed. And because Venom went into his body, evolving him into a monster, it was not just a single drop. It was the entire pool full. Like, it was like two pools fused together. Or no, actually, let's crease it up to 16 pools. It's larger than a football field. Yeah. So Zuku's body on him was... So he basically absorbed all of that into himself. As Zuku's words before he fell into the chemical thing, is before he got absorbed, he's told Fat Cat to, if he gets out of it, he will kill him. So then So then his body was bigger than him. Plus, these guys are bigger than Batman if they were standing up. You know. So then his mind was deep fried. So then they put a collar on him that's perfect size. As he's just because his mind was so far gone that even and So then Dead Arms shows up and with Woodsman, and Woodsman was tied up the remaining villains except for Fat Cat as the monster. Let's get out of here. As the Fat Cat commanded. As he gets him out of there. As Dead Arms climbing Zuku's ribs. As he climbed right onto... Yeah. Because they went underground. And so they basically... as it goes... So, yeah. So Dead Arms was nowhere to run. hun, now er, you're gonna have your last lasagna, cat. So then he's about to attack, but Zuko just flicked him away and like basically grabs all or Dead Arms' right arm and crushed it because but the only thing that didn't make it like super broken was just broken was his gauntlets on his hand or arms. Herms. As he's pounding the snot out of him. So he did make a video, or so Fat Cat made a video of the villain defeated the Dead Arms hero. As he's pounding the snot out of him. As he basically tossed him away. Yeah. So Dead Arms was reinforcements came, and they were horrified of what the villains done to him. They basically strapped him to the metal pole on top where Killer Croc wouldn't get to him. So, or actually, yeah. So basically, Zuko, his monstrous form, they named him Titan. As, yeah, the news says that, oh, the villain or a hero was defeated by a villain calling himself Titan. Mm-hmm. Here's a footage of Titan beating around as Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman actually know who Dead Arms was. But then, yeah. So, but really interested, or what Bane's really interested in this so-called Titan. Because he feels like he knows what Titan, as Miss Martian tells Bane, is that the same Titan as your basically the serum that you who created that turns you into like this? As Bane looks at her, yes. It's the same stuff that I arrived on, or survived on. But how did that kid, or how did that person get it? As Zuko's, so now he's transferred over to like a couple days. Zuko's, or should I say, Titan, because they know that Titan and is more of a, because they asked him about quirks. Quirks. Quirks are, yeah. So Zuko was in the cage. Inge. As because Titan, he absorbed so much Titan serum that even because it was perfect Titan, and it transforms him. So he doesn't have a time limit on him. So compared to Bane, I mean, so Zuko's his body is of that of he he basically, yeah. So a time skip to 15. Zuko hasn't ate for that long. So he's hungry, scared, and as he committed so many robberies and as Titan, he just wants to go home and be with his family. But he's trapped in his own body. I mean, he's, yeah. So then, so one crime, or so the new crime that they were gonna commit, or they're committing, is that they sent a couple of men in to the bank, and because they were weaklings, Zuko was monster form reached in to the bank, grabs the entire bank vault and pulls it straight out, tossing it. Azuku's had like a backpack was specially designed as they put so much money into his backpack. Like basically putting gold bars, iron bars, or like diamonds, everything inside. As he's walking, or he goes down underground. Or actually, but before he even got to there, as Superman comes out of nowhere, he's all upset. Where's this? Or actually, he sees Titan. And so he flies right to the Titan in his chest at full force, like a bullet, hitting him. Boom! Azuku stumbles back. Yeah. He flies up and hits Zuku's chin. Boom! As he's about to fall. But he put his back pedal or his foot on the back. to catch him. So, as he lands on a building, all mad, as he says, "I will make you pay for what you did to Dead Arms." As he basically beats around Titan, or should I say Titan Zuko, because as he's beating around Zuko like it's as fight back, boom. Yeah. So then he looks at, and hold on, make sure to check. Yeah. So he basically beats around Zuko like it was just a ping pong. As Martian Manhunter shows up, here, let me show you the picture of Martian Manhunter. Cassie? I'm going to put Manhunter. So, this one. Not the one that he turns into a flaming version. So when he sees as he tells Superman to stop, as Zuko looks over at Martian Manhunter, as he did had, because as Martian Manhunter could see Titans in pain, as he basically flies up to him and goes into his head, as he sees he's like a innocent little child home. Home. As Martian Manhunter was the one that knew who he was. As Martian Manhunter tells him that we will save you. Zuko, as he hugs the child, and promise we will find the cure to the venom. As the kid says, and you also stop Fat Cat from controlling me. As the shocks, or as a shock collar was on the Zuko's, as Zuko's child is zapping, as his pain, so then Martian Manhunter gets out of Zuko's head, as he tells Superman to go easy on him. Why? you've seen what he done to Dead Arms, and you're telling me to, as Martian Manhunter says, calm down. He's a victim, too. Did you see the collar, or did you see the collar on him when he was hiding Dead Arms? As Superman looks at the footage again and looks at the kid, he's being controlled. By who? As Martian Manhunter says, by the fat cat. As when Bane heard that the kid, or the Titan, was actually the kid, and Bane already knew who Zuko was, and he could tell by a description, as he knows that Zuko's is a victim of it. So when he heard who was the one that did it, he's clenched his fist. We need to get that shock collar off of him. As Zuko's pounding the ground, as Zuko's kill them, as one of the villains says, as he's about to step on Batman, as Batman dodges the attack, as he grabs Superman and tossed him around, as he's whipping so he basically whips him around. Yeah. Whipping all the Justice League around to as Wonder Woman's wondering, he's trying, or he's, as shock collars is making him doing it, as he sees Wonder Woman, he's about to step on her, and no one wasn't nearby. Or actually, let's say All Might used 100% to dodge the Zuko's flooding. As he's as Wonder Woman gets up, before, as she did tell All Might that he don't hurt him. Did you see that angel collar on him? Or no, that shock collar that's on him? Yeah. He got forced to hurt. So if we remove his shock collar from, or that shock collar from him, he might go back to human form. Or he might go back to being in control of himself. And the All Might says, yeah, okay. So then who Bane and All Might runs in and knocks the footing, or both feet, both of Zuko's legs, making him fall. But Zuko caught himself. As, like, basically, as as Superman comes up with Green Lantern and cuts the angel collar off, or shock collar off of Zuko's, as he's still enraged. But instead of as he could hear his own sister's voice inside of his own head. Or actually, he could hear it as Zuko's, or actually he hears himself tells him to stop. As the fist stops right in front of Superman's face, or entire body. As he basically sorry, I didn't realize that I was on her the entire time. Yeah. So Superman was like, man. As he sits down, he had tears coming down his face. Or actually, he stopped himself from, as he had tears coming down his face. And as Bane, he walks up to him and tells him that I know that this must be super hard for you. You know, Zuko. As Zuko talks like I just want to go home, spend time with my sister, my family, my friends. As Zuko's tears goes down, as he leans over, as he starts crying, as Bane, or as Superman and Bane were like, let it all out, Zuko. I know that it's, tell us, as Detective says, tell us what happened. I remember my parents abandoned me, and they It was a whole truth, actually. He says the whole truth about it. As he just like wants to murder the as Bane knows that Zuko's going through with his pain. Like, he had so much pain inside of his chest that even Bane walks up to Zuko and says, as the villains were apprehended by policemen, as Asashi was a pro hero, he did show up, and and he sees Zuko, who he saw Zuko there, as they. So Sashi says, Zuko, or actually Sashi wasn't there, actually. He was on a whole different mission. But he heard that his own son got transformed into a Titan, or so basically, yeah. So Wonder Woman, so Zuko ends up knowing where the villains' bases, as he can show them easily. So Zuko goes over and shows them where the villains' hideout was. There is. And Zuko, as All Might Endeavor, All Might, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, all the pro heroes went, except for Dead Arms, because as he basically, Zuko grabs the lid, or like the top of the roof, pulls it off, as they see him, as the pro heroes comes in. You must be Fat Cat, as they all asked, or yeah. So what, pro heroes? Because you have my subordinate, or my servant. Now, it's time for you, to die. As Zuko, because there was a nuclear bomb nearby, as he could see, as he reached over and grabs the nuclear bomb before. As it was light as let's say a baseball. So, or actually light as a feather, because so when he tossed it, it was like, it's similar to the ball throw of like if Ochako used her quirk and she threw the ball home. into like infinity, like basically outer space. Well, Zuko just chucked a nuke out of the into outer space, and when the Fat Cat pulls the trigger, the nuclear bomb did go off, but it was out in space. So as all mine, or as they're like, our friend here, as they point to Zuko, as he's, yeah, so Bane, he asked, Fat Cat's his questions, like, where did you get venom from? He, why didn't we didn't get it and from anywhere. We recreate it, like basically to increase or to improve on it, as they said, to making it 100 times more than yours, Bane. The and it is perfect for us. As yeah. So then Bane or so Zuko whom like basically grabs Fat Cat and as as he gets up, walks as or actually he did like he didn't want his friends to like, so he basically pushed them away before. And yeah, Zuko ends up pounding the snot out of Fat Cat's body. Basically, he goes like, you know those like JoJo's Adventures thing? I don't know if I said that right. That kind where yeah, I don't know what was that. The guy what I'm trying to say is here. Let's say Joe anime. So like this guy, he's doing his punches. Yeah, well, that's what Zuko did. The purple stands, and well, that's what he did with Fat Cat. He just like went ham on him, like he just bam, 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 kabooyah. Yeah. So, yeah, Zuko was mad. So then All Might and the pro heroes could see why Zuko as Fat Cat didn't survive. Yeah. That, yeah, like, he basically turned from looking like a fat cat to looking like that Bentonville guy dead. I think he looked like that after. Yeah, Zuko looked, like, basically the after Zuko was done. Yeah, as he is paying. Yeah, that's what Zuko looked like before. Or no, actually, not Zuko. I meant Fat Cat looked after what Titan Zuko did to him. He just straight up brutally murdering him. Like, basically, yeah, Zuko basically murdered the Fat Cat. As he's just like, does that feel good? As Bane asked Zuko, yeah. Got it out of my system, so now of the bottled up rage. Where is Dead Arms? Well, by the way, he's in the hospital bed. I want to meet him and say I'm sorry for. As he went over where, as Batman had created a serum, so he does meet, or so Batman did give him the serum, but it had the different effect to Zuko. All the venom, like his Zuko's blood that had venom in it, did leave his body, but but because Zuko was used to so when all the venom came out of his body, Zuko was like, basically, when he evolved, or his child self was now free. So now he basically, but he did, but something did change inside Zuko's body. Because Venom just didn't or his true powers, his quirk manifested before. Or after. So that made him a late starter. What it means is basically his quirk showed up late. So he had the same quirk as his father and his mother and his sister. So basically, but because Venom turned Zuko's DNA into, so now he can So his quirk evolved into his powers of Flaming Giant, or Flaming Titan, or Titan of Flames. So basically, it is similar to what Zaku goes through. And yes, Zaku does join UA. He's in Class 1A. And Bakugo did apologize to Zaku. And for calling him quirkless. And yeah. But Zaku says, don't worry about it. At the end, I was a late starter anyway, so. But now as they trained him to use his powers, and do all that stuff. Let's see how long this video took. Yeah. So, yeah, he does. So, Ochako ends up basically dating Zaku. Because at the beginning, like at age of 3, they were dating. But then at age of 4, because Zaku was quirkless, she dumped him to go for Bakugo. And then the whole, Zaku just basically, as a certain girl actually a not woman, but a Wonder Girl, actually asked him out. As he's conflicted between Wonder Girl and Ochako. But he basically said, sure. As Bakugo, so Ochako didn't realize that for her dumping Zaku to go for Bakugo, that actually created basically made her feel sick to her stomach when she heard that the Wonder Girl, actually basically was the only one that. And she actually did date Zaku since after they met. They met when Zaku was a Titan. But, yeah. Her and him were dating. For, as Ochako feels jealous that because she had, it's like that story, or it's like that song, I forget what it is. The one that she got the man song on. Yeah. The one that where it's basically like Ochaku got the basically the 3-year old kid, and Wonder Girls got the man, and so yeah. So yeah. Plus, theme. So she basically is happy that or, to see him. Every time they had to work together, she actually or they grew so close to each other from that day on. They have met before, her, but yeah, but she had a similar crush on him, but she stayed with him all those days. So, a time skip to the future, or to All Might versus All for One, basically. And All for One says, that Titan Zuko is, or that Titan should be still be in our grasp. As a giant hand or giant arm comes out of nowhere, like basically or should I say a giant fist comes out of nowhere, sends All for One flying. Boom. As Zuko knows how to control his powers. Like he could make his arm like basically a size of a mountain lady's entire body. I mean, as he's like, when he was flying, he could have just flew all the way across. As he says, as, yeah. It's like the gear 3, or third gear, or Luffy, basically. He's without his weakness. As he's pounding down on All for One. Yeah, so All Might wasn't even injured, not even a little bit. Yeah. As he says, boom. As Wonder Woman, or Wonder Girl Holmes is always happy to see him like fighting against all the villains. As he does pick up all the villains, as his arm was bigger than, yeah, so he basically chucked them all the way to the prison. And the villains landed in the prison, and they all be like basically, yeah. And Wonder Woman flies up, not out of anger or hatred, as she kissed him right on the lips. As she loves him when he fights crime, and with his brand new powers. Bane does teach him how to control his powers, Sorry, I just had to blow my nose real quick. So, yeah. So, Zuko is the only one that actually has as because his quirk and the powers of venom fused together to create Flaming Giant or Flaming Titan. So he does learn how to control his powers. He has. So they're like basically wondering how does he get him. So he's happy. So yeah. If you guys yeah. So she gets married to him like 18 or after 18. So they basically got married and had two powerhouses. That's a term of they have the overpowered kids. Because, yeah, one was a girl, one was a boy. Yeah. And they both have limest green hair. Like, basically, it was, like, mixed between yellow hair and green. So, yeah. As he... So then one mission actually, Wonder Woman asked Zuko to assist them. Sure. To where? Land out of the Amazons. Because the rural, or basically the isle, of hint, then, or, so the, don't need to say anymore. So then he runs up to, as he's excited. He's not into, like, Amazon themselves. He's more into their, like, learning, or basically, man, it's only women around. Yeah. But when the doors that leads to the underworld, or when the demons look through and they see Zuku's aura, they all flew backwards. And Zuku's like, huh, really? As his roar was so loud that even everybody couldn't even hear. As even demons just flew off. Like, we're not on. Bye. Peace out. We're heading back. Peace out. Yeah. As Zuko was. So, like, yeah. So when he walks in to Zuku's show, to the underworld thing, as heroes, or like Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, and they're like, dang. Every Amazon was shocked that just about like how Zuko as the demons just went backwards. So then when they went in, as all the demons were in hiding from Zaku. So they're not coming out and they're like, man. So then they find what's causing them to go berserk. As a suit of armor was reading the book. You must be, as Zuko says, like the actual name of the guy that was possessing the suit of armor. Yes. And you must be Zuko, the Flaming Titan. It's an honor meeting you, by the way. I heard rumors that you're more powerful than anyone in the world. And if you're wondering where's the current ruler of the underworld, he's right here as basically a portal sees the getting tortured. Ezuku was getting angry as his body temp, because his DNA with venom and his quirk fused together, he basically doesn't get cold, he doesn't get hot. He's just like, I don't know what your big deal is. So then, so then they basically battle. And as he grabs the bird, tosses it away. It's an honor meeting you, Zuko Midoriya. Thank you. So, or when they things to Wonder Woman and Wonder Girl, but when the hun saw Zuko, special thanks to you, Zuko. How do you know my name? When you who became what you are now, the flame or Titan of Flames, I knew exactly. Now, so then the whole thing goes. So then, as they're basically, Zuko was pretty much known by every heaven and the underworld and the Amazons. Now, because so Zuko shows up back to the library thing, as he does grab the robot's arms, and he says, you're just a man that needs to be put down, hermitly. As he rips the robot's arms off, as he basically reached into his suit, pulls it out, as he says, huh. As he reached down and grabs the guy's soul. Huh. As he says, huh. Only him people get praised. Here we go. As he gives the and yeah. It was the same guy, the one that was in Justice League Unlimited, where, yeah, but this is an alternate timeline version. So then the Batman, yeah. So he does, so Wonder Woman Wonder Girl and Zuko, who's this kid, went to the same school as what they went to when they, yeah, stuff like that. As Zuko was basically, and he works with everybody, or all the, he is official pro hero, Justice League, or member of Justice League, and being like basically a husband of 2 overpowered kids, and he's also like basically Bane and him sometimes have competitions, but not like it was arm wrestling kind. It's basically like that. And Zuko always wins. Yeah. So, yeah. And he does go and sees Dead Arms before to check on him. And plus, Dead Arms and Zuko, when Dead Arms heard that it was him that did that, and it was as Dead Arms forgave him about like, you were controlled by Hat Cat. Where is he now? Oh, you don't have to worry about him. You know why? I was the one that killed him back then. I made sure he was in pain. A lot of it. Yeah, so then Dead Arms is like, man, I wish I had your strength. How's his... He just or they're not super broken, they're just like, you just need to fix, or they just went back together. And yeah. I could figure. So now, this is going to be the end of the What If. I know it's past the 1 hour mark, because, yeah. So, now is time for me to say bye-bye. Hey, and have a good night or day, depends on time zones. Peace. And sorry for this very long video. It's actually a movie. Reason why I'm doing the movie versions is because instead of breaking it up into 2 parts, like part 1, part 2, is because of it doesn't have that little orange icon that like you pause, play, and like stop recording stuff. So I can't tell what time it was. So that's why I made the movies. So, peace out.